Welcome to Mentally Stronger, the podcast where with every episode, we're learning practical ways to let go of stress and struggles, grow our mental strength, and live a happier, healthier, more meaningful life. I'm your host, Melly O'Brien, co-founder of mindfulness.com and creator of mindfulness-based mental strength training. I'm so glad to have you with me. Let's dive in to today's episode. Hello and welcome to the Mentally Stronger podcast. Today we are going to talk about taming your paper tigers. Now, paper tiger, that's a term you may have heard before. It's a term that refers to something or someone that claims to be or appears to be really powerful and threatening, but in actuality is really ineffectual and unable to really do any harm or withstand any challenge. Now, as we go about daily life, there are many things that invoke fear in us that are actually paper tigers. Most of our paper tigers are fear-inducing thoughts. For instance, maybe we worry about things that will never really happen or things we can't control. We might worry about what other people think of us, catastrophize, that is, play out worst case scenarios in our minds, and we might sweat the small stuff. In all of these ways and more, we create paper tigers in our mind, giving things much more weight and substance in our minds than they really have, so that they seem much more scary and big and stressful. So the question that I want to pose to you in this episode is, what are your paper tigers? What are the thoughts that tend to slip through your awareness and tip you towards fear, stress, and anxiety? Perhaps you find yourself playing out a lot of those what if scenarios in your mind, right? What if I lose my job? What if my partner leaves me? What if the kids are not there for me when I get old? What if I have cancer right now and I just don't realize it? Maybe your paper tigers come in another form. Maybe you worry about what people think of you or whether you're measuring up all the time, right? Maybe you have thoughts like, oh gosh, did I say the wrong thing? Do they really like me? Am I doing something that could get me rejected? Am I beautiful enough? Are they, am I measuring up? I don't know. Or maybe your paper tigers come in the form of making mountains out of molehills. So when a small inconvenience happens, or a little setback happens, these things become huge in your mind. They blow up. Like, let's say that you're going to be late to an event and then you start thinking, oh my God, my boss is going to fire me, right? Or, oh my God, they're going to hate me and they're never going to invite me anywhere again. Or maybe you have a small headache and you think, oh my God, my mom had a stroke. I'm probably going to be next, right? Whatever your particular paper tigers are, even though they might claim to be big and scary and dangerous, in reality, what they are is simply thoughts. They're bits of language that arise in the mind and dissolve. They're mental events. Now, even though these mental events can induce a lot of stress and fear in us, in actuality, they have no power to really hurt you. There's an old acronym for fear: false evidence appearing real. That is a great acronym to remember when the paper tigers arise in your mind. So today and ongoing, I invite you to really be attentive and on the lookout for your paper tigers when they arise within you. And when they do, see if you can, instead of getting drawn in by them, take a pause, take a breath, and turn towards them and examine them closely to see if what they really are is false evidence, drawing you in to unnecessary stress and anxiety. You might even like to ask yourself some questions mentally that can help you to unhook from those scary thoughts. Two such thoughts could be, is this thought in any way useful or helpful? That's one question you can ask yourself. And the second question you can ask yourself is, what is another more empowering way of thinking about this situation or approaching this situation? Okay, with these two questions, you can let go of a lot of stress and fear and really reclaim your inner strength, your calm, and that way you can enjoy a more happy, more resilient, and more meaningful quality of life. So wishing you all the best with this practice. I hope it is helpful for you. I look forward to being back here with you next time. Until then, take care and stay strong.
If you know someone who you think might benefit from listening to this episode, share it with them. Sharing it could really help them to feel better and improve the quality of their life. And if you found this episode helpful, remember to subscribe to the podcast so that you can receive more tips on growing your mental strength. And if you'd like some more support in becoming mentally strong, come over to the website and check out the different coaching and training options I have on offer there for you. You can find the links for all of that in the show notes. And thanks again for tuning in. Take care and stay strong.